my curious life. Today we're going to be turning my wife's office into a biophilic inspired haven for her to work in. But there's a bit of a twist to it, which you'll see later. I'll also explain what we mean by biophilic inspired. But we do have a lot to do, so we should probably jump right in, and the first task is to remove everything from the room so that we can give it a good clean first. As you can see from these before pictures, the office isn't actually too bad at all. We didn't even decorate it that long ago. This is the room we actually started our home renovation project in before we were even making YouTube videos about it. So we've already sorted out a lot of the issues in here when we got rid of decades of wallpaper and sorted out a lot of big holes in the walls. So the baseline we have is fine. It does need a new carpet desperately because there's been a lot of coffee spilt in this room, which has stained in a way that I just cannot seem to get out. But we are planning on replacing all of the carpet in the house anyway in one go, so this carpet will just have to wait for when we do that. So the main reason for this change is mostly to make it feel a little bit more homely. The shelving unit with all the lights and random stuff on it is basically a collection of things that we've been into over the years, and we don't necessarily want to get rid of that stuff because we are people who tend to have a lot of interests and hobbies, and this random collection of stuff kind of reflects that. The collection is a little bit eclectic, it's quirky and geeky, but that pretty much sums up both of our personalities. So we don't want to change that, but as we've gotten a little bit older, we have found that we want our decor to be a little bit more cohesive. And in trying to work out what our style is, we figured out that we love to have a lot of green in the house, things like plants and just a feeling of nature. Although we don't necessarily want to have to look after so much nature in our home. And we discovered that this sort of design has a name. It's biophilic design. And this is a design style that emphasises the connection of nature and people by bringing in natural elements to your home. And you do this through nature, plants, and choosing natural textures and designs. We cannot really achieve a real biophilic interior design in this house because the rooms, the layout, our ability to make big changes is just limited. But what we can do is create something that's inspired by it, that scratches that itch that we have for nature whilst being practical too. I'll show you how we achieve that soon, as well as that quirky twist I mentioned earlier. But right now we need to keep cleaning this room, and while there's nothing in the room, it's a really good opportunity to give it a proper clean because there were some areas that really needed dusting. can see throughout this video, we had a supervisor, Millie our cat. She hangs out with Blaze in here a lot while Blaze is working, so she was very interested in making sure that things were to her liking. We are onto the design part of this, and as you can see, we have a lot of fake plants. We decided that there was absolutely no way we could have as much greenery in the house as we would like and have that many plants to take care of. And by buying a lot of fake, it means we can have the plants that we want, but without Millie eating something poisonous, because you do have to be careful when you have pets to choose plants that are not going to hurt them. So we compromised on a mix of fake and real plants. Luckily, I have a pretty good memory, so I can remember which ones are which. You can get some really good quality fake plants these days. Most of these came from IKEA because they have a really good and affordable range, and we absolutely love going to IKEA, so it's never a chore to go. But I should probably tell you about the twist that I mentioned. And it's going to sound really weird, but stick with me and wait for the end when you see the results, because it really does work, even if it doesn't sound like it's going to work. So the twist is that we are mixing in ghosts and slightly scary decor items with the fake plants. So we're kind of going for a bit of a biophilic mixed with dark academia style. And this is because of our YouTube channels. We have a few gaming channels, and Blaze has a channel in which she plays scary games that she loves. So this office is the backdrop for her videos as well as an office for her to work in. So it's got to do both. And because it's seen in all of her videos, one of the major motivations for getting the decor sorted, because we wanted it to reflect something that fit in with our biophilic inspired decor, but also the theme of that channel. So we set about seeking out ghosts and scary decor items to add, and we even made some of our own ghosts out of old fabric, lace and some glue. And the idea is that we're going to mix that decor amongst the plants so that every now and then you just see a ghost peeking out and that sort of style. And hopefully this will create just a bit of an interesting backdrop for her videos, and also make the office feel a little bit more finished and just nice to be in. And I cannot wait to show you the finished results. And we are done, and I absolutely love the results. We were worried that we wouldn't have enough plants, but I think this is about right. Any more would have been too much. We also changed the lighting on the shelving to be warmer rather than the colourful lights that we did have. And we included a few cosy elements too. Let me know what you think. But thank you so much for watching. If you got this far, then I would love it if you subscribed and joined me in future videos. I occasionally make house renovation videos like this, and general homemaking and cleaning videos with my wife Blaze. And our next big house renovation video is due in a few weeks' time, because we've been working pretty hard out there, and although we are nowhere near being finished, we have made a lot of progress that I'd like to share with you. So subscribe so that you don't miss that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day.